Alien xenobiologist Ilara vomited into her hazard suit upon viewing footage of a human allowing a fanged beast to lick the inside of its mouth, the gruesome interaction between man and canine nearly causing her to faint in horror. By the stars, that's revolting. Are we studying humans or uncivilized savages? How can such a violent creature show affection through an exchange of oral secretions? It's unsanitary, Ilara complained, hunching over a waste receptacle aboard the Denobulan research vessel. Even after decades orbiting Earth, we're no closer to understanding these bipedal primates. Our most brilliant minds can't comprehend their culture, despite technological superiority, her colleague Zoltan said. He slid a glass of water to Ilara while she caught her breath. Zoltan nodded. To avoid conflict, we must decipher their behaviors and thought patterns. Your background in xenobiology is perfect for investigating the human-canine bond. Perhaps it holds clues about their social frameworks and problem-solving skills. Studying this relationship could bridge the gap between our civilizations, Ilara agreed. Though still nauseating to witness, it may reveal the key to the human psyche. We must tread carefully and avoid past mistakes. The Denobulan Council is losing patience with our fruitless surveillance. This may be our last chance to justify a diplomatic approach rather than a military one. The fate of both our species hinges on this final endeavor to understand the human mind, Zoltan cautioned gravely. Ilara and Zoltan ventured to a sprawling urban park on Earth, employing their advanced cloaking technology to observe the humans and their canine companions without detection. They watched intently as humans engaged in lively play with their dogs, throwing balls and frisbees for the eager animals to chase down and return. Ilara noted with fascination the intricate non-verbal communication between the two species, with dogs responding to subtle hand signals and vocal commands from their owners. The dogs' tails wagged vigorously, and their faces bore relaxed, open-mouthed expressions, clear indicators of the joy they derived from these interactions. As they continued their observations, a distressing scene unfolded before them. A young girl, no more than 5 years old, had wandered away from her parents and become lost in the expansive park. Tears streamed down her face as she cried out in fear and confusion. Suddenly, a large black Labrador retriever that had been playing fetch nearby broke away from his owner and approached the distressed child. The dog gently nuzzled the girl's hand, then began to guide her back in the direction of her frantically searching parents. When the parents spotted their daughter, safe and sound with the friendly dog by her side, they rushed over and embraced the animal, showering him with affection and gratitude. As they pondered these questions, the dog's owner, a man named Nathan Phillips, approached the scene and struck up a conversation with the girl's parents. He explained that his dog, Max, was a highly trained search and rescue animal, equipped with skills to assist in a variety of emergency situations. Intrigued by this revelation, Ilara and Zoltan made the decision to shift the focus of their research to explore the myriad roles that dogs play in human society, extending far beyond mere companionship. This incident with the lost child and the rescue dog has shed new light on the depth and complexity of the human-canine relationship, Ilara remarked, her earlier disgust at the notion of interspecies bonding now replaced by a growing sense of awe and respect. Indeed, Zoltan agreed. It seems that these animals are not merely pets, but rather integral members of human society, serving vital functions and forming deep emotional connections with their human counterparts. We must delve deeper into this phenomenon, Ilara declared, and uncover the secrets behind this extraordinary interspecies partnership. It may hold the key to understanding the human psyche and pave the way for peaceful coexistence between our civilizations. With their curiosity piqued by the remarkable incident in the park, Ilara and Zoltan arranged a meeting with Nathan Phillips to delve deeper into the roles dogs play in human society. Nathan graciously invited the Denobulan researchers to visit his search and rescue training facility, offering them a first-hand glimpse into the world of these extraordinary canines. As they arrived at the facility, Ilara and Zoltan were greeted by a flurry of activity. Dogs of various breeds navigated complex obstacle courses, their handlers guiding them with precise verbal commands and hand signals. Some dogs were being trained to locate missing persons, while others learned to detect explosives and narcotics, or assist in disaster response efforts. Ilara watched in awe as a German shepherd deftly maneuvered through a series of tunnels and rubble piles, its nose twitching as it followed a scent trail. The dog's focus and dedication were palpable, and Ilara couldn't help but marvel at the strong bond between the animal and its human handler. "The connection between the dogs and their handlers is remarkable," Ilara commented to Nathan. "How do you foster such a deep level of trust and understanding?" Nathan smiled, his eyes shining with pride. "It's a partnership built on mutual respect, communication, and countless hours of training. We work together as a team, each relying on the other's strengths." Zoltan, intrigued by the practical applications of the dog's skills, inquired, "In what situations do these dogs prove most valuable?" "Search and rescue operations often take place in environments that are challenging or dangerous for humans to access," Nathan explained. "Dogs can navigate through collapsed buildings, dense wilderness, and even avalanche sites with ease. Their keen sense of smell allows them to locate survivors or evidence that human rescuers might overlook." Ilara nodded, her mind racing with the implications of this information. The ability to deploy dogs in such critical situations must require a significant investment in their training and development. "Absolutely," Nathan confirmed. "We carefully assess each dog's physical and mental characteristics to determine their suitability for specific roles. Training can take months or even years, depending on the complexity of the tasks they'll be performing." As they continued their conversation, Nathan shared a personal anecdote that left Ilara and Zoltan deeply moved. "During a search and rescue mission in a remote mountain range, my own dog, Max, saved my life," he began, his voice filled with emotion. "We were crossing a snow bridge when Max suddenly stopped and refused to go any further. It was only later that I realized he had detected the instability of the bridge, preventing me from falling into a hidden crevasse." Ilara and Zoltan exchanged glances, their hearts swelling with a newfound appreciation for the profound impact dogs could have on human lives. The depth of the bond between Nathan and Max was a testament to the enduring partnership between the two species. As they left the training facility, their minds buzzing with new insights, Ilara turned to Zoltan. "This experience has opened my eyes to the incredible potential of the human-dog relationship. It's clear that these animals play a far more significant role in human society than we ever imagined." Zoltan nodded in agreement. Indeed, the evolutionary and cultural factors that have shaped this relationship over thousands of years must be fascinating. I believe we've only scratched the surface of understanding the true nature of this interspecies bond. Intrigued by the potential of dogs to provide emotional support, Ilara and Zoltan arranged a visit to a local hospital renowned for its innovative therapy dog program. As they entered the pediatric ward, they were greeted by Dr. Emily Nakamura, a warm and compassionate oncologist who oversaw the program. "Welcome," Dr. Nakamura said with a smile. "I'm so glad you're interested in learning more about our therapy dogs and the incredible impact they have on our young patients." Ilara nodded eagerly. "We've been studying the human-canine bond and its various applications in society. The idea of dogs providing emotional support to those in need is fascinating." Dr. Nakamura led them through the brightly decorated hallways, explaining the rigorous training and selection process for therapy dogs. "Not every dog is suited for this work," she noted. "They must possess a calm and gentle demeanor, a natural affinity for human interaction, and the ability to remain focused in sometimes stressful environments." As they approached a patient's room, Dr. Nakamura introduced them to Sunny, a golden retriever with a soft, fluffy coat and warm, expressive eyes. "Sunny is one of our most experienced and beloved therapy dogs," she said, gently patting the dog's head. Ilara and Zoltan watched in awe as Sunny entered the room of a young boy named Liam, who was recovering from a recent surgery. Liam's face, previously etched with pain and anxiety, instantly lit up at the sight of the dog. Sunny approached his bedside, her tail wagging gently, and rested her head on Liam's lap. Liam's parents, who had been keeping a constant vigil at his side, visibly relaxed as they watched the interaction between their son and the therapy dog. Liam's small hand stroked Sunny's soft fur, and a smile spread across his face. Dr. Nakamura turned to Ilara and Zoltan, her voice filled with warmth. "This is the magic of therapy dogs. Their presence alone can reduce stress, anxiety, and pain in our patients. They provide a sense of comfort and normalcy during challenging times." Zoltan, his curiosity piqued, asked, "How do these interactions affect the patient's recovery process?" "Studies have shown that interacting with therapy dogs can lead to measurable physiological changes," Dr. Nakamura explained. Patients experience decreased blood pressure, reduced levels of stress hormones like cortisol, and an increase in oxytocin, a hormone associated with bonding and affection. These effects can contribute to faster healing and improved overall well-being. Ilara marveled at the sight of Liam, now laughing as Sunny gently licked his hand. It's incredible to think that the mere presence of a dog can have such a profound impact on human health and emotions. As they left the hospital, their minds buzzing with new insights, Ilara turned to Zoltan. "The adaptability of dogs never ceases to amaze me. From aiding in search and rescue efforts to providing emotional support to the most vulnerable, they seem to have an innate ability to connect with and help humans in ways we're only beginning to understand." Zoltan nodded, his eyes filled with wonder. "The human-dog bond is truly remarkable. It makes me wonder if other species could develop similar relationships with humans, given the right circumstances and evolutionary pressures." Eager to explore the role of dogs in human leisure activities, Ilara and Zoltan's next stop was a bustling dog show. The alien researchers marveled at the sheer variety of dog breeds on display, each with their own unique characteristics and abilities. Amanda Stevenson, a seasoned dog trainer specializing in competition preparation, greeted the Denobulan scientists warmly. "Welcome to the world of dog shows," she exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "Here, we celebrate the incredible bond between humans and their canine companions while showcasing the best of what each breed has to offer." Ilara, her curiosity piqued, inquired, "What exactly is the purpose of these events?" Amanda smiled. "Dog shows allow us to highlight the unique qualities and skills of different dog breeds. It's not just about physical appearance, it's about the connection between the dog and their handler, the hours of training and dedication that go into preparing for competition." As if on cue, Amanda's own dog, a striking black and white border collie named Jax, trotted up to them, his intelligent eyes fixed on his owner. "This is Jax," Amanda introduced, ruffling the dog's fur affectionately. "He's competing in the agility trials today. Come, let me show you what he can do." Ilara and Zoltan followed Amanda to the agility course, a complex maze of obstacles designed to test a dog's speed, precision, and obedience. The alien duo watched in awe as Jax, guided by Amanda's subtle hand signals and verbal cues, navigated the course with breathtaking skill. The border collie leapt over hurdles, wove through poles, and raced through tunnels, his movements a blur of black and white. "Incredible!" Zoltan exclaimed, his eyes wide with amazement. "The level of communication and trust between Jax and Amanda is extraordinary." Amanda, her face etched with concentration, guided Jax through the final obstacle. As the dog crossed the finish line, the crowd erupted in applause. Amanda knelt down, praising Jax with enthusiastic pats and treats. "The sport of dog agility requires a great deal of physical fitness and mental focus from both the dog and the handler," Amanda explained, catching her breath. "It's a testament to the incredible adaptability and intelligence of these animals." Ilara, fascinated by the display, remarked, "The bond between you and Jax is truly special. It's clear that you've invested countless hours in training and nurturing that relationship." Amanda beamed with pride. "It's a partnership built on trust, respect, and a deep understanding of each other's needs and abilities. But agility is just one of the many ways in which humans and dogs work together in competition." Eager to learn more, Ilara and Zoltan followed Amanda as she introduced them to other dog owners and trainers, participating in a variety of sports. They met enthusiasts involved in flyball, a relay race in which teams of dogs compete to retrieve a tennis ball, dock diving, where dogs leap into water to achieve the greatest distance, and herding trials, which showcase a dog's natural instinct to control and direct livestock. As they observed the various events and interacted with the participants, Ilara and Zoltan were struck by the passion and dedication that these humans had for their canine companions. The time, effort, and resources they invested in training and competing with their dogs was a testament to the deep, unbreakable bond between the two species. Ilara, her mind buzzing with new insights, turned to Zoltan. The more we learn about the human-dog relationship, the more I'm beginning to appreciate the unique qualities that dogs possess. Their athleticism, intelligence, and adaptability are truly remarkable. Zoltan nodded in agreement. And it's not just about the individual dog-human partnerships. Look at how participating in these events fosters a sense of community and camaraderie among the humans who share this common interest. As the dog show drew to a close, Ilara and Zoltan found themselves contemplating the potential benefits of incorporating animal companions into their own society. The experience had opened their eyes to the myriad ways in which such relationships could enrich and transform a culture. Perhaps it's time for us to consider the role that animal companions could play in denobulan society, Ilara mused, her gaze drifting over the bustling crowd of happy dogs and their proud owners. The bond between humans and dogs is a testament to the power of interspecies connection and the limitless potential for mutual growth and understanding. As their investigation into the human-canine bond deepened, Ilara and Zoltan found themselves drawn to the ancient origins of this remarkable relationship. Their quest led them to a remote archaeological site where they met with Dr. Marcus Nielsen, a renowned expert in the field. Dr. Nielsen greeted the denobulan researchers with a warm smile. "Welcome to our dig site. I understand you're interested in the early history of human-dog interactions?" Ilara nodded eagerly. "Yes, we've been studying the various roles dogs play in modern human society, but we're curious about how this relationship first began." Dr. Nielsen led them to a section of the site where a team of archaeologists was carefully excavating a burial site. "What you're about to see may challenge your perceptions of the human-dog bond," he said, his voice filled with excitement. As they approached the excavation area, Dr. Nielsen pointed to a pair of skeletal remains lying side by side in the earth. "This is our most remarkable find to date. A human and a dog buried together in a single grave dating back over 15,000 years. Zoltan leaned in for a closer look, his eyes widening in surprise. "The positioning of the bodies, it almost appears as though the dog was intentionally laid to rest alongside its human companion." Dr. Nielsen nodded. "That's precisely what we believe happened here. This discovery suggests that the bond between humans and dogs may have existed for far longer than we previously thought." Ilara's mind raced with the implications of this find. "So this isn't an isolated incident?" "Far from it," Dr. Nielsen confirmed. "Similar burials have been discovered at other ancient human sites around the world. It's becoming clear that the human-dog relationship played a crucial role in the development of early human societies." Zoltan's curiosity was piqued. "In what ways do you think dogs contributed to these early societies?" Dr. Nielsen smiled, his eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "We believe that dogs served as hunting companions, helping humans to track and bring down prey. They may have also acted as guards, alerting their human partners to potential threats. And on cold nights they likely provided warmth and comfort." Ilara's gaze drifted back to the burial site, a newfound sense of awe washing over her. It's incredible to think that dogs may have been instrumental in shaping the course of human evolution and history. As they explored the archaeological site further, Ilara and Zoltan came across other artifacts that shed light on the early human-dog bond. Stone carvings depicting dogs in various poses and ancient tools that may have been used to craft dog collars and leashes. The relationship between humans and dogs is not just a modern phenomenon, Dr. Nielsen explained, but a fundamental aspect of human history and culture that stretches back thousands of years. This realization led Ilara and Zoltan to consider the ways in which the human-dog bond may have influenced the development of human empathy, cooperation, and social bonding. It's possible that the partnership with dogs helped to foster these traits in early human societies, Ilara mused, contributing to the success and spread of human civilizations across the globe. Zoltan nodded, his mind whirring with the implications of their discoveries. The more we learn about the human-dog bond, the more I'm convinced that it holds the key to understanding the very essence of humanity. As they left the archaeological site, their hearts filled with a newfound appreciation for the depth and complexity of the relationship between humans and their canine companions, Ilara and Zoltan knew that their journey of discovery was far from over. The secrets of the human-dog bond continued to beckon, promising to reveal even more about the incredible story of humanity and its most loyal friends. Eager to delve deeper into the cognitive capabilities of dogs, Ilara and Zoltan arranged a meeting with Dr. Samantha Patel, a renowned canine cognition researcher. Dr. Patel greeted the alien scientists warmly and invited them to her lab, where she had been conducting groundbreaking experiments to explore the depths of canine intelligence and emotional capacity. As they entered the lab, Ilara and Zoltan were immediately drawn to a series of puzzle boxes set up in the center of the room. Dr. Patel explained that these boxes were designed to test the problem-solving abilities of dogs. Each box contained a hidden treat, and the dogs had to figure out how to open the boxes to obtain the reward. "Watch this," Dr. Patel said, gesturing to a border collie named Luna. She placed Luna in front of one of the puzzle boxes and stepped back. Luna sniffed the box, her ears perked and her eyes focused. She pawed at the box, nudging it with her nose, and then, to Ilara and Zoltan's amazement, she used her teeth to pull on a small rope attached to the side of the box. The box popped open, revealing the treat inside. "Incredible!" Ilara exclaimed. "The level of problem-solving and persistence demonstrated by Luna is truly remarkable." Dr. Patel nodded, smiling proudly. "My research has shown that dogs possess a wide range of cognitive skills. They can understand human gestures and facial expressions, and they even have the capacity for empathy and emotional contagion." Zoltan's eyes widened. "Emotional contagion? You mean dogs can sense and respond to human emotions?" "Absolutely," Dr. Patel confirmed. "Dogs are uniquely attuned to human emotions. In fact, I have a personal story that illustrates this perfectly." She went on to share an incident involving her own dog, a golden retriever named Charlie. One evening, Dr. Patel had been working late in her home office when Charlie suddenly began barking and whining at the door. Dr. Patel followed him, puzzled by his behavior. As she approached the stove, she caught a faint whiff of gas. Alarmed, she quickly turned off the stove and opened the windows to ventilate the house. It turned out that there was a small gas leak from the stove, Dr. Patel explained. "If Charlie hadn't alerted me, I might not have noticed until it was too late." His incredible sense of smell and his ability to detect changes in the environment potentially saved my life. Ilara and Zoltan were stunned by the story. They had never considered the possibility that dogs could be so attuned to their surroundings and so responsive to potential threats. As they continued their discussion with Dr. Patel, the alien scientists began to see dogs in a new light. They realized that these creatures were not just loyal companions or useful working animals, but intelligent, emotional beings with their own unique perspectives and abilities. This raises important ethical questions about the human-dog relationship, Ilara mused. If dogs are capable of such complex cognition and emotion, what responsibilities do humans have towards them? Dr. Patel nodded thoughtfully. It's a question that more and more researchers are grappling with. By studying the human-dog bond, we may be able to gain new insights into the nature of interspecies relationships and the ways in which different forms of intelligence and emotional capacity can complement and enhance one another. As they left Dr. Patel's lab, Ilara and Zoltan's minds were buzzing with new insights and questions. They had gained a newfound appreciation for the complexity and depth of the canine mind, and a growing sense of respect for the extraordinary creatures that humans had chosen to share their lives with. The more we learn about dogs, the more I'm convinced that they are far more than just pets or working animals, Ilara said, her voice filled with wonder. They are intelligent, emotional beings with their own unique ways of perceiving and interacting with the world. Zoltan nodded in agreement. And the bond they share with humans is truly extraordinary. It's a relationship that has evolved over thousands of years, shaped by mutual trust, cooperation, and affection. Ilara's mind was racing with the implications of their discoveries. Imagine what we could learn from studying these interspecies relationships more closely. The insights we gain could have profound implications not just for our understanding of dogs, but for our understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. As they walked back to their research vessel, Ilara and Zoltan knew that their journey of discovery was far from over. The more they learned about the human-dog bond, the more they realized just how much there was still to explore and understand. "Where do we go from here?" Zoltan asked, his voice filled with excitement and anticipation. Ilara smiled, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "Wherever the path leads us, the human-dog bond is a mystery waiting to be unraveled, and I have a feeling that the discoveries we make will be nothing short of extraordinary." As their investigation into the human-canine bond reached its final stage, Ilara and Zoltan found themselves at a guide dog training facility, eager to learn about the role of dogs in assisting humans with visual impairments. They were greeted by Robert Johnson, an experienced trainer dedicated to preparing dogs for this crucial task. Robert introduced the alien researchers to Buddy, a young Labrador retriever in the final stages of his guide dog training. "Buddy here is almost ready to be paired with his human partner," Robert explained, affectionately patting the dog's head. The bond between a guide dog and their human is truly special, built on a foundation of trust and communication. Ilara and Zoltan watched intently as Robert and Buddy demonstrated the intricate set of skills a guide dog must master. Buddy navigated a simulated busy street, carefully guiding Robert around obstacles and stopping at curbs. The dog's focus and dedication were palpable, and the alien duo couldn't help but marvel at the seamless partnership between human and canine. "It's incredible to see how attuned Buddy is to his surroundings and to Robert's needs," Ilara remarked, her eyes wide with wonder. "The level of trust between them is truly remarkable." Robert nodded, a proud smile on his face. "Guide dogs are more than just companions. They're lifelines for their human partners. The bond they share transcends the boundaries of species and speaks to the incredible potential for connection between humans and dogs." As they continued to observe Buddy's training, Robert shared a poignant story that left Ilara and Zoltan deeply moved. "There was a guide dog named Max who pushed his owner out of the path of an oncoming car, sacrificing his own life in the process," he recounted, his voice heavy with emotion. "The selflessness and loyalty displayed by guide dogs like Max is a testament to the profound impact they have on their human partners' lives." Ilara felt a lump form in her throat as she processed the magnitude of the bond between humans and their guide dogs. "It's clear that this relationship goes far beyond mere utility," she said softly. "It's a deep and meaningful connection that speaks to the very best of what humanity has to offer." Zoltan nodded in agreement, his gaze fixed on Buddy as the dog confidently navigated a crowded downtown area with Robert by his side. Watching Buddy and Robert work together so seamlessly, it's evident that dogs are not just tools or companions, but true partners in every sense of the word. As their visit to the guide dog facility drew to a close, Ilara and Zoltan found themselves reflecting on the lessons they had learned throughout their journey. The human-dog bond, they realized, was a shining example of the power of interspecies collaboration, trust, and communication. Robert's words echoed in their minds as they prepared to depart. By studying the relationship between humans and dogs, we can gain valuable insights into the nature of cooperation and the incredible potential that arises when different forms of intelligence and ability come together, he had said. The bond between humans and dogs is proof that together we can create something far greater than the sum of our parts. As they finalized their research data, Ilara gasped, "Zoltan, we've received an urgent transmission from the Denobulan High Council." Zoltan's eyes widened. "They've been monitoring our work closely. Given their tone, I fear they have misgivings about our findings." Ilara's voice trembled as she read the message aloud. "The Council believes the human-canine bond represents a vulnerability. They speculate hostile species might exploit it to target Earth." "They can't be serious," Zoltan exclaimed. "Our research illuminates the strength and beauty of interspecies cooperation." "There's more," Ilara continued grimly. "We are ordered to return immediately and destroy all evidence of our work. Zoltan, they threaten severe repercussions if we share our discoveries." Zoltan's fists clenched. "This is an outrage. How can they disregard the profound implications of what we've learned?" "I share your frustration, but we must be strategic," Ilara cautioned. "We'll make our case to the Council, highlighting the immense potential for greater understanding between species." "You're right," Zoltan conceded. "We cannot let narrow-minded fear impede the progress we've made." With heavy hearts, Ilara and Zoltan began preparations to depart Earth, wrestling with their conflicting loyalties. A chime at the door startled them. Ilara checked the monitor and gasped. "It's Nathan, Dr. Nakamura, Amanda, Dr. Nielsen, Dr. Patel, and Robert. They've come to see us off." Zoltan's voice caught. "After all we've shared, saying goodbye will be difficult." They greeted their human friends, all of whom expressed heartfelt gratitude for the Denobulans' groundbreaking work. "Your research will foster greater cooperation and empathy across the galaxy," Dr. Patel affirmed. "We can't thank you enough for your open-mindedness and dedication," Amanda added. Ilara and Zoltan struggled to maintain composure, deeply moved by the humans' generosity of spirit. As the farewells drew to a close, Robert stepped forward, presenting the Denobulans with a well-worn dog collar. "This belonged to my first guide dog," he explained. "Let it serve as a symbol of the unbreakable bond between our species." Ilara accepted the gift reverently. "We will treasure this always," she promised. "Though we may be leaving, the lessons we've learned here will endure." With a final round of embraces, the Denobulans boarded their ship, the weight of their experiences heavy on their shoulders. As their vessel broke orbit, Ilara and Zoltan gazed down at the receding Earth, marveling at the incredible tapestry of life it represented. "We will never forget what we've witnessed here," Zoltan vowed. "The power of interspecies connection, the depth of emotion and understanding between humans and dogs." "And though we may be silenced for now," Ilara added, "we must hold fast to the hope that one day the truth of the human-canine bond will be known throughout the galaxy." As the blue planet faded from view, Ilara and Zoltan clutched Robert's gift, drawing strength from its symbolic power. Though the future remained uncertain, they knew the lessons of Earth would forever guide their steps, a beacon of hope in the vast expanse of space. As Ilara and Zoltan's ship hurtled through the inky void of space, a sudden chime from the communications console shattered the tense silence that had settled over the bridge. Zoltan's heart raced as he reached for the controls, his mind still reeling from the devastating orders they had received from the Denobulan High Council. "It's a transmission from Dr. Patel," Ilara said, her voice tinged with surprise and a hint of hope. "She says it's urgent." Zoltan's fingers flew across the console, his curiosity piqued by the unexpected message. As Dr. Patel's face materialized on the view screen, he could see the excitement and urgency in her eyes. "Ilara, Zoltan," Dr. Patel began, her words tumbling out in a rush. "I've made an incredible discovery about the human-dog bond, one that could change everything we thought we knew about the history of life on Earth." Ilara leaned forward in her seat, her attention fully captured by the scientist's words. "What do you mean, Dr. Patel? What have you found?" Dr. Patel took a deep breath, as if steeling herself for the revelation she was about to share. I've uncovered evidence that suggests the unique connection between humans and dogs may have been influenced by an ancient alien civilization that visited Earth thousands of years ago. Zoltan's eyes widened in disbelief, his mind racing with the implications of Dr. Patel's words. An alien civilization? How is that possible? I know it sounds incredible, Dr. Patel continued, but the evidence is compelling. This civilization may have recognized the potential for interspecies cooperation and deliberately engineered the human-dog bond as a way of fostering empathy and understanding between different forms of life. Ilara and Zoltan exchanged stunned glances, their minds struggling to process the magnitude of Dr. Patel's discovery. This changes everything, Ilara whispered, her voice filled with awe. Our research, and it's not just about understanding the human-dog bond anymore, it's about uncovering a mystery that could reshape our understanding of the universe itself. Zoltan nodded, his resolve hardening as he considered the implications of Dr. Patel's words. We have to find a way to share this information with the galaxy, he said, his voice filled with determination. Even if it means defying the orders of our own government. But before they could begin to formulate a plan, a massive explosion rocked the ship, sending Ilara and Zoltan tumbling from their seats. Alarms blared as the ship's systems struggled to compensate for the damage, and the acrid smell of smoke filled the air. Zoltan pulled himself to his feet, his mind racing as he tried to make sense of the chaos that had erupted around them. And then, with a sickening realization, he understood. We've been betrayed, he said, his voice filled with a quiet fury. One of our own crew members, an agent of the Denobulan government, has been tasked with ensuring that our research never sees the light of day. As the ship shuddered and groaned around them, Ilara and Zoltan knew that they were facing a battle not just for their research, but for their very lives. And in that moment, they realized that the true significance of the human-dog bond may be even greater than they had ever imagined. You have reached the end of the story. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and for every comment that says 88, I will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.